Ladies and gents, welcome back. Trudeau in the news again today because he told a reporter that he thinks protests are a good thing. Funny that. So this is the scene in Victoria as he went in for a press conference out of the city hall. He was met with people booing him and protesting against him and his policies, amongst other things. His action against protesters in Ottawa. Later on, he was in a press conference where he said these things. He was asked the question about the protests in particular.
There's an expectation that there'll be protesters this afternoon at City Hall. The mask mandates and vaccine mandates are essentially over, and yet there remains this cultural divide, if you'll call it. What would you say to those protesters today?
First of all, I don't know if this is a good thing, but I can't remember a trip to Victoria City Hall in which there weren't a few people expressing their concerns about some issue or other. And it's really important that Canadians continue to be able to come out and express their views, express their disagreement with government. Protests should always be legal. They should be legal in a safe and responsible way, and that's exactly what we're going to continue to encourage. So
there's thousands of truckers that I think would agree with that. It should always be legal. But while we saw recently in the past months that if the protest isn't something that Trudeau agrees with, he will go to very, very strong lengths, very big lengths to make sure to squash that protest, including imprisoning people without bail, including seizing people's assets, freezing bank accounts, and using emergency powers to break up the protests. He continues.
Looking forward to seeing what's on people's minds as I go to meet with the mayor and see people at City Hall. At the same time, I think it's important to understand that we've been through a couple of really difficult years, and it has led to anxiety. It's led to a sense of helplessness, a sense of frustration around governments having imposed mandates to keep us all safe. These are things that people are obviously going to be expressing, and I think it's important to acknowledge that, even as we continue to remain committed to following the best science possible to keep everyone safe. And I know that's what governments of all orders across the country are looking at.
The best science possible, I'm guessing, is the science that follows his political mandate. See, that's the funny thing about science. There's the science, and then there's science. Science would be, open discussion on particular topics. Don't believe that the Trudeau government thinks that science is an open discussion, but let's see what else he has to say.
How to move forward in a way that keeps people safe, but gets us back as quickly as possible to the things we love to do. We know that the possible sixth wave we're on the verge of, that's hitting in some parts of the country already with this new variant of Omicron, is going to be another challenge for us to go through, challenge for our frontline health workers to go through. We need to make sure we're there to support them at the same time as we try and allow Canadians to get back to the things they love.
So sum it up. Yeah, I think protests a great idea, except when they disagree with me. And hey, guess what? Be afraid, because we have more things to be afraid of beyond negligent. Here's CTV News saying that we're not doing enough. There's a sixth wave coming. We need to lock everybody down again. We gotta do basically what China's doing. I don't see why Trudeau's government wouldn't try to go as far as how China's doing. If you don't know what China's doing, they're locking people in their homes, and there even been reports of pets being euthanized all over social media. This is an interesting thing. But where else is Trudeau going? Well, he's definitely putting us in the hole. Here is total federal debt of all prime ministers. Yeah, and that is true right here. This is accurate. This is all of the previous prime ministers up until the point when he came in. He's put more debt in the coffers than any of the prime ministers put together. Insane. But it'll make you think, well, what's the goal? What's the goal? Are they trying to ruin things? I don't know. Would we ask our government that? Or would we ask maybe another organization, a global organization, of which they're all members? Even the New Coalition members. But that's just my opinion. Let's see what yours is. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of Trudeau voicing his concern about protests and how important it is in our society to have a protest, and that it be allowed and legal. Let it be legal. Anyway, keep on trucking, guys.